Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chaotic Entertainment. I'm your host, Dan, and today I'll be reviewing a game endorsed by the CIA and hated by the ATF. Mommy and Daddy are always fighting, and that's just fine with me. It keeps them busy, which keeps my chemistry set hidden. Honey, I Joined a Cult is a game made by Soul Survivor Games and published by Team 17. In it, you play as the leader of a community outreach organization who operate out of a sketchy compound. Your main concerns are recruitment, enlightenment, and above all else, profit. Hoarding an obscene amount of wealth is crucial to your ascension, as are all of your $800 otter statues. Don't think of it as wasting money. Consider it an investment in the future of mankind. Your followers will understand. But before all that, you need to make a cult. And let me tell you, you have options. Not only do you name your cult, you get to name everything else. You also get to choose the official garb of your order. My cult is sworn to humanity's one true savior, the machine god of Mars. The flesh is weak, and the Omnissiah needs 10% of your income. The faithful will be rewarded with motion sickness and maggot therapy. Non-believers, on the other hand, will be purged and converted into nutritious purple drink. Once you've made your cult, you'll build your blessed church complete with sleeping bags, gruel, and communal bathroom buckets. Your compound starts out scuffed, and you'll have to work hard if you want to indoctrinate in style. You're going to need a lot of money if you want to keep the Scientologists from laughing at you. Not the Mormons, though. They'll always laugh at you, just not to your face. Your wingman in all of this is your cult leader. He's here because his last cult was raided and disbanded by the feds. His crime? An abnormally high amount of sperm in the fish tanks. Forced evolution is a complicated process, and the bigots at the SOB aren't making it easier. So, he packs up his things and scurries off to start over. Your cult leader's needs are both spiritual and special. If your rooms don't have enough snow globes and Furbies, he'll develop depression and give it to the rest of the cult. If you want to avoid a permanent mood debuff, you'll need to start cramming more and more shit into every room. You'll know you're doing it right when your bathroom starts to look like this. Some folks would describe this behavior as neurotic or obsessive. We call those people unenlightened. Then, we call them furniture. Every day, your leader holds a sermon that replenishes your cult's faith. It can also temporarily make it so they stay in high spirits or perform their tasks better. You don't want to miss these. If you don't hold routine sermons, the cult begins to suspect that maybe electrocuting people for profit isn't entirely legal. Your cultists need to have their faith constantly refilled, but that's not all they need. Every cultist needs time to rest and play backgammon, or they'll have a mental breakdown. They also need to wash their hands, or they'll develop explosive diarrhea. If you've ever thought the colonists in RimWorld are too intelligent and independent, this game will be perfect for you. Of course, your cultists are only there to keep your compound up and running. The people of this world have a sickness, and the only cures are hot yoga and electroshock therapy. For those who are especially unwell, we have rock watching and mental reprogramming. Every facility is therapeutic for both your followers and your bank account. But money isn't the only reason to have them. Much like in real life, you'll be spending several hours each day studying on how to talk to people about something that isn't feet or anime. To do this, we need influence. Researching how to buy appliances that aren't complete trash costs influence, which can only be earned through therapy sessions or missions. Also, let's talk about recruitment. A cult needs cultists, and they gotta come from somewhere. Module rooms tell you all of a follower's traits, level, and flaws. They also keep them from getting bored. If a follower feels like they aren't getting their money's worth, they'll leave and let the cops know what you've been up to. That is, unless you drink or freeze them first. Listen, your cult's a lot like an adult treehouse. You can't let just anyone in. Your followers need to be the best of the best if you want them to make good cultists. Followers with OCD and Alzheimer's make great financial allies, but you don't want to take them home to meet Space Jesus. That being said, your cultists might have some more issues than they tell you about during the job interview. Every time a cultist levels up, they have a chance of developing a new quirk or flaw. Try not to be too mad at them. If you were an exhibitionist with a urine fetish, you'd probably keep that from your boss too. Luckily, you can use technology to weed out the bad parts of your cultists' brains with absolutely no consequences. This is based on the very real lobotomies of the 20th century, which were both safe and fun. Or you can just tell them to fuck off and give their box of shit to someone else. Choosing cultists based on skill level is what will make or break your cult. My boy Gary here is a star employee. He's also severely mentally disabled and a clone of a slightly more powerful Gary. Honey, I Joined a Cult is one big game of human resources. Humans can give you resources, or they can become resources. But you have to walk a delicate line when it comes to how hard you want to push the envelope. If your cult is drawing too much negative attention, the general public might start to notice. Push things too far, and the feds will skip the search warrants. While managing all of that, you'll also have your primary goal of filling out your cult leader's research trees. These give you access to special cultists, cosmetic options, and improved cult-specific gear. They also determine the game's ending. You have 3 different colored endings to pick from. You can be a cruel, demonic tyrant, a tech-crazed maniac, or whatever the fuck LSD fever dream this is. In my playthrough, Jim Carrey conquered humanity with an army of robots. Don't laugh. This is a warning. You don't understand what this man is capable of. You might notice this video isn't super long compared to a lot of my other review videos. That's because I'm out of nice things to say about this game. This game is fun, but it has its share of problems. First of all, this game is repetitive. Your creepy uncle who keeps telling the same joke every time he comes over to visit, stretch his visits out to 20 hours and you start to get the picture. Only, you don't have the looming threat of going back into his trunk to keep you engaged. This game's main focus is grinding resources to strengthen your cult. The issue with this is it never really feels like it's for anything other than the sake of getting your numbers higher. Better equipment is only there to get more money, which you'll only use to get better equipment. Once you get past all of the excitement of building and designing your compound, you start to realize something. All you're doing is waiting. As soon as you're done building 2 of each room, you're literally just waiting for the ending. It becomes an idle game, except you can't go on autopilot because you have to keep ordering food. For some reason, all of the time mechanics in this game are tied to the difficulty. This doesn't make the game harder, it just makes it annoying to finish. This game isn't hard by any means, but I had to turn the difficulty down just to make the playtime go by faster. Second of all, you have some missions you can do to increase your cult's power or get the police off your back. These missions are done by sending someone away, then waiting for them to come back. Maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get to choose the answer to a multiple choice question before they come home. The issue here is, missions feel almost completely pointless. In fact, once you get the right facilities built, they are pointless. Adding interactive content to the missions would be a godsend, and it would make the endgame feel a lot more satisfying. The only difference between a normal mission and a story mission is instead of waiting 9 hours, you get to wait 30. So, would I recommend this game? At $21, that's a hard ask. It's worth remembering that the team that made this game is literally 2 whole people. This is a solid foundation, and if they added more content, this game would easily be worth the asking price, if not more. And if you enjoyed games like Prison Architect, or you're just looking for a casual colony management sim, this game might be for you. Otherwise, maybe wait for it to go on sale, or for the developers to add more content. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing. Hit that bell, and if you want to help support this channel, then why not check out my Patreon? The link's down in the description below. Huge thank you to all my patrons, you really do make this possible. More content's on the way, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all next time.